Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Shibo. Today is Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. Is there anything special about today? Why, yes. Today is Mardi Gras. Oh boy. Like every day there's something, isn't there, at this time of year. There's always something. So we had Valentine's Day the 14th. We had President's Day yesterday. Today is Mardi Gras, which means tomorrow is Ash Wednesday. Oh, it's great. What a great week that we're having here. What a great time for festivities. Yeah. Let's hope this year's is going to end up with a little bit of a better ending than last year's. I need to move this slightly higher, ever so slightly higher, so I'm not clipped, and then again slightly lower. Positioning of the webcam is magic. It's either incorrect one way, incorrect the other, and just a millimeter where it's good, where it's in a good position. So, Factorio, Megabase. The goal will eventually be 3000 SPM, otherwise known as 50 science per second. We, last time, got through green science. Today, we're going to have to unlock the techs in green science as we progress, and I want to transition into trains. Using Train Supply Manager, of course. Train scaling. It is time! Green science is a great time to scale the hell out of everything. So let's go ahead and just have a look around the base, see what things are lacking. Radar coverage is apparently lacking up there. So that's going to be on the more immediate agenda. Apparently the inserters going down the line are just a little bit lacking because, as it turns out, the amount of iron I have is just a little bit lacking. So I think I need to get a bit more iron going. It is that time. Oh yeah, we've got all of that stuff too. Hey, I want to get into railways. That's going to require getting into steel for engines as well. So let's keep that in mind as we do all this stuff. Ah, looks like I am actually prepared. I am actually prepared for this scaling. Seems that last time I did end up getting a lot of this already done. Of course, all of these yellow inserters here, yeah, those are all going to be blue very shortly, because that's what I have on me right now. And all I have to do is click and drag, and the game will auto-magically place all of these power poles for me. For as many power poles as I have. Why, hello, and welcome, Pontus. Welcome to the stream. I need trees. I need to kill some trees, apparently. I also need to place radars down, so let's go ahead and take care of that. It's nice, also, not being on an arbitrary time constraint for this particular playthrough. We're just coming off of a no spoon achievement playthrough in vanilla Factorio a few streams ago, before I hurt my neck. Of course, last time we met, I had the thing around my neck, the little travel pillow, because yeah, I was recovering from having strained the back of my neck on the left side, kept me from looking left or right pretty much completely. My head was just having to look straight, and that's it. Otherwise, immense pain. But mostly recovered from that now. There's still a little bit in there. When I do look left and right, I'm pretty okay on the up down and the like neck cracking motion. I can actually crack the neck now without any pain. It's just the left and right, still a little bit in there. Still a little bit. But it is getting a lot better. Thursday of last week and Friday as well in particular. Awful days. I couldn't focus on anything else besides the pain that I was in. Alright, it would help if I actually made the power poles. That would help. I only needed 2. Yeah. Do I just do all the ones on the same side so I don't have to keep hitting the rotate key? I think so. Blues are not necessary. I want to make that clear. This is a little bit of a waste of inserter throughput by using blues, but I just use them because I have them, and I don't want extra inventory being spent with carrying around the yellows all the time. But yes, you can get into that level of detail of optimization with your base. It's like, huh, do I really need the throughput there of that blue inserter, or can I get away with the yellow? These are good points. Now we run line the second all the way down. And of course supplement after each one. Thank goodness the 2-lane balancing is the very easy part. It's when we get into 3 and 4, that's when it's gonna get a little tougher. We now have access to red belt. Just in time to add an additional layer of bull into the mix. Oh yes, just in time for that additional layer of baloney. And just as easily as that, we can now make red stuffs and things. And I am immediately going to start making the red belt. I'm gonna grab like all of my existing yellow, though, because that's going to again be a very massive draw on my iron. I will need even more iron. Let's make this completely clear. I may have 30 per second on the input of the iron right now. We need more, and we need steel, which is even more than that. Actually, speaking of steel, I want to reserve all this for the iron. We'll go down here for the steel line. That's going to be its own massive can of worms, in that it's a lot of resources. Lot of resources. We've unlocked a few things here. I need stone. I need to make a few stone furnaces. It is that time for the stone furnaces as we make this glorious array. It's basically this times 2. Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. So over here, right over here, closer to our starting area, and where I have my power up top, I have a little bit of a burner action. I'll just Shift C and get all the stuff going there. All of the stone furnaces will be mine on this day. Alright, how you doing on your technologies? I want railways and automated rail stations. Train supply manager will have to happen after that. I need, yeah, just, there's so much. So very much. Come on. Mine the doohickeys. Mine these trees. Thanks. Must clear the trees away. And go ahead and copy that. Gosh, how much do I want? Ooh, I can fit a lot. This is a really good ore patch. I like this. I quite like this. Is that 15? It is the full 30 in each thingy, so... yeah. I do need a 1-tile gap. Unless I want to use a whole bunch of resources. Duh. What's the ratio again? 5 to 1? We'll stick with that. I don't even have enough mining drills for 2. But we've got access to red belt now. Oh, that's not going to be great though. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll build this out first. This one. With just this one mining setup. And what we'll do is we'll set up with our stone furnaces the smelting array for the steel out of it. That's going to give us like 3 steel per second. And then we're going to upgrade it to steel furnaces and red belt. Okay? I'll orient it on the horizontal here. And this is a little bit of a different type of setup. Little wider. Yeah. Unfortunately, the base game does not have... oh, that does not have a burner leech as part of it. It is an inserter setting, though. I'm actually going to be bringing in the coal from that way, so that's how that will be. There we go. Ta-da. That'll be the other line. This will be a red splitter into red, and all of this will need to be red. Not the coal line, though. And until I get the steel-based medium power poles, which I think I just unlocked. Yeah. I just unlocked. I will need a gap between each of those. Let's see. So train supply manager, let's get that research started. We're working on railway, and automated transportation is there, the bulk rail loaders, signals, all of that needs to happen. So how many thingies do I need? Oh, just 24 each, so 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4. Yep. And then all of that again on the other side. Have I mentioned that this is a few furnaces? I'm a little sad that I'm covering over the stone here, though. We'll take care of it later. I might not even tap that stone as my primary source. You don't need a lot of the stone, and I've got loads of other patches. I need to keep in mind that I am working on getting into trains, which is gonna be its own can of worms. We need to make a decision with the trains. A rather important decision. Do we haul ore? That is the question. Do we haul ore? If we haul ore, we can make a set of centralized processing facilities for each type of plate. And just bring all of the ore to a single location to process that ore into plates. And what you can do is you could do setups of making circuits in specific locations and doing the smelting of the plates for the circuits at that location. Or you can find a location on the map with an iron and copper next to each other and just make circuits, do everything to make circuits at that location that is mining on site and ship the circuits. Lots and lots and lots of options. That's one of the major important things that make this game great, is there's infinite ways of doing stuff. Nearly infinite ways of doing stuff. Whoops. This is also going to use a ton of inserters, by the way, and red inserters. We've got, like 96 stone furnaces in here. We need, a few more than that as blue inserters. And as I can see, I need a few more. Just a few more, and then each set needs one. So there's going to be 24, 48 long-handed inserters that I use here as well. My thought is that I'm going to smelt locally to the mining. We're going to smelt where we mine. That is my decision. That is what I tend to do the vast majority of the time. Is is smelt where I mine. We didn't exactly do that in the Angels playthrough that we just have finished before the No Spoon achievement run. In that one, I had quote-unquote centralized processing facilities, but yeah, I didn't end up tapping more than a single patch of stuff, ultimately, in that, because there's many different types of resources. You don't need ginormous amounts of any one particular resource, and you can productivity the heck out of everything there. With Angels, it's very, very different balance by comparison to Vanilla, where you're going to need ginormous amounts of iron and copper and yeah, lots of the everything. So this is actually what I can just do here. All of these, fortunately, maintain their orientation, and I'm realizing that I put these in the wrong orientation, so I will replace these with input, not output inserters on this side, and that just needs power poles. Oh. That'll go there then. Oh my. This is going to use a lot of small power poles. Whoops. There you go. Why, hello, tech. That is nearly everything. I need to get into that, and I need to get into oil and sulfur processing, batteries. Yeah, all of the glorious things in here. What about you? I need to get into plastic. Yeah, there we go. 60 more power poles. And then I have to bring coal down. Okay. We are, in fact, finished with all of that. I just need to, of course, hook it up to power. And bring down the coal. Now, what am I going to do for coal? Great question. Great question indeed. What am I going to do for coal? I'm going to expand this out, split it, and run it down. Just like so. Split it over here. Because this is my... This is my smelting coal. And of course, once we get access, let's not go over all of that iron. Thanks. Once we get access to the electronic smelting, oh, that'll be so much different. Different and better in almost every way. Now, to bring out the steel. Where do I want the steel? Realistically. Do I see myself using all 4 lines for iron on main bus making stuff for rails? Let's leave the potential for that. I'm gonna run that there. This'll be my steel. I have decided. And we'll run this all the way down. Ta-da! I do not have enough labs to process the science. If I have a speed upgrade for science, that would be ideal. Oh yeah, there's a little thing I should do known as upgrading the inserters here. I don't really need that many inserters. Just so we're clear on that. But I'll take it. That's better. Green lights. I like green lights. Green lights are awesome. So that has vastly expanded the amount of chips that I'm actually making by fully utilizing these machines. Cool. Less than half an hour in, and I now have consistent supplies of red belt and splitters and all the wonderful, beautiful things getting made. Basically, they're just getting made at the rate I can make my gears. That's about as quick as things are happening now. What do I need next? Well, would be nice to have those. Steel gear wheels. Great. Great. The assembling machine and green circuits. So, what is a good way to do that? Not here. In reality. I just want to take a moment to think. Just a brief moment for thought. Because it looks like I am consuming a lot of my green circuits here. I think I should scale that. Just a tad. And by just a tad, I mean double it. Whoops. I'm in the way. I am in the way. Of course I am in the way. I'm always in the way. There we go. One more. There. That's so much better. So that should be 8 per second up to, with the 0.5 speed of the assembling machines. Glorious. That's just a little bit more. Oh hey, we got our steel now. Steel! Glorious steel! Yay! Beautiful, magnificent, wonderful steel. That changes much. Oh boy, that's a lot of indicators that you've got going on there. There we go. Now what? Steel furnaces would be great, but limited to the amount of stone brick that I currently have. So, what I need is to get stone brick going. Oh, joy. Oh, bliss. Alright, we'll do this down here. We'll start mining a bunch of stone to make stone brick. How much? I don't know. Don't know if I even really particularly care. What I do know is that a line of making 15 stone will make 7.5 stone bricks on a full-size smelter array. Do I want a full-size smelter array? I may as well. May as well. And in fact, I may as well do 2. Because we'll need stone as well. For our rails. And we want lots of rails, right? Of course we do. We want all of the rails to happen. Now, I am undecided on if I want to, like, keep all the sciences and stuff going on a main bus like this, or if I want to keep the main bus as, like, a, just glorified mall. I apparently need some power poles. I'm just looking at what I'm missing. It looks like copper. Hey, game. You know, it'd be nice if I could, get some copper. Holding on to a few circuits helps as well, but I need just a bit of copper plate going on here, and a bit of iron. Just like so that I can start making the medium power poles. Medium power poles change the equation completely, as it turns out. And because I completely forgot about it, I made a mistake. That should not be there. It should be there. So we get to move this entire array up 1 tile. And I have to do the belt a little differently. So let's erase all of this. Do all of this upgrading. I guess the one on the bottom is going to be the one that'll go into the smelting array. Yeah. Oh, I don't have my medium power poles on the thingy yet. Medium power poles. Yes, place in that arrangement. Thanks. So, how nice is the game? Well, I can't do that. Will it allow me to do the auto placement? Yes, thank goodness. That will allow the auto placement. Will this? No! No, it will not. It respects the blueprint. So that's a shame. Alright, cool. The benefits of having the medium power poles. Now, I should make a few big power poles to stretch down here, but I'm a little too lazy for that. Oh, I didn't have that powered. Interesting. Alright. Now I know. Oh, hey, it would be nice to have some coal as well for our little smelting arrangement. I should not have pasted this down without the power poles in the middle. What I'll do is I'll get rid of that belt blueprint in the middle there. And then copy that to paste down. Now, how smart is the game? Will it? Yes, it will. It will auto-place over those blueprints. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I need more power. I need a lot more power. Fortunately, I am producing, automating steam engines. So that helps. A little bit. I'll need to make more boilers, of course. How are we doing? Oh, I need to queue more stuff up. Modular armor would be nice. Would be, Wait, why can't I? Huh? Oh. That would be a good reason why I can't. There we go. Good, good, good. Really looking forward to the, construction robots. Very much looking forward to construction robots so that they can build the blueprints for me. How are we doing? Let's get up here for placing more stuffs. I do have enough mining drills to supply up to 60 megawatts of power, as long as I, place down enough of my steam engines. Whoops. That should solve the immediate power problem by itself. What? Yeah, make some pipe. I need to have pipe available. He says after using a lot of the pipe on making boilers. Whoops. So, there was a little problem where I would have needed landfill to cover one of these steam engines, but I now have medium power poles. And that solves the problem entirely. All I need to do is upgrade this / get that placed there, and that should cover this and this. There we go. Hello, Ave. Welcome. Welcome to the shenanigans. I now have steel and medium power poles, although they're not automated quite yet. I am expanding my power generation. Up to 60 megawatts, not 72 yet. Is there more DSP today? Later today? Yes, there will be. Hello! Calgorian, welcome. Welcome. Yes, there will be more Dyson Sphere today, through Thursday. Trains shortly-ish. I need to automate the production of the rails and the signals and the engine units and the locomotives, and all of that needs to be automated first. And for that, we need stone and stone bricks, which is what I'm now working on. I need a smelting array. How do I want to orient this? I guess I'll put it up here, actually. Yeah. There we go. Much better. So this is going to make 7.5 per second of the stone brick. Not like I really need 7.5 stone brick right now, but, you know, it'll help with making some very specific things. I need more. I need there. I need more. 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 The irony, right? I am setting up a furnace array for stone into stone bricks. And I didn't have enough stone for the stone furnaces. So there's that. Yeah, so the steel furnaces are going to need 10 stone bricks, which is another thing, the reason why I'm getting this stone brick automation going. In its entirety. So there we go. It's so that I have access to the steel furnaces now that I have steel. And that's going to be another major milestone upgrade, especially since I have red belt being made and automated now, and additional iron already coming in. This will allow me to scale up everything even further. Yes, I'll need stone for the... I'll need stone as stone for the purple science, of course. Always going to need that for the rail for the purple science, but I need rail for rail. As it just so happens, I need rail for rail to make rails. Whoops, that is not actually a great line to draw. Hold up. Back it up. That's, I think, going to be out of the way. Yep. Oh, boy, we're going to go all the way up here with our stone line. And this will be the stone brick line. It's nice seeing all the resources on the bus, but then you realize, oh hey, bus isn't going to last very long now, is it? The bus is, its fate is going to be that we're gonna kill it soon. Or we're at least gonna end it soon. It's not gonna be huge, it's not gonna go all the way, do all the sciences or any of that. Once we get into the, trains and such, I want you to get rid of those. Yeah, just get rid of those. That's fine. It'll get rid of all the ghost versions of those. I don't want to upgrade them because it's a different layout with the stuffs. Okay, so it's that and that now. Oh boy. Aren't medium power poles great? They're great. Look at that. You don't even need a line down the middle anymore. Medium power poles are awesome. And that is 7.5 stone brick per second. Glorious stone brick per second. Now, of course, when everything's upgraded to red belt, oh boy. And we double the mining again. That's gonna be glorious. How many, not many. Interesting. I am continuing to make the, yellows, so that is part of it. Here, let's focus on the reds, shall we? Focus more on reds. More drills, more that. I can put you away, in actuality. Oh, that's already queued? Cool. I'm, beginning to run out of things, actually, at Green Science to research. So, we have arrived. Yeah, that is one thing Dyson Sphere you can do, is it will put things automatically into reserved slots of storage containers. That your red marker on storage containers is. So if I limit to this, I could throw in from my inventory into the red slots in Dyson Sphere that we can't do here. Hey, I'm not gonna touch the crude oil. I'm not gonna use this. I'm not gonna use this crude oil. There's no point. There's no real point to this crude oil in particular. There's very few here of the ones that I'm covering. None would even give me 100 a second per tick. This one would, but that one, I chose the best path I could that isn't really gonna cover that many resources. We're gonna build on a coal eventually, and we're already at like the limit here, because this is where we're going to do all of the automation of our rail and stuff. Speaking of the automation of the rail, that's gonna be here. Rail. Iron sticks. How many iron sticks is it per thingy? 1 per second? Okay. Glorious rods, poles, sticks. Hello. Why hello. My Ollie. The baby Ollie. Welcome, my boy. Welcome. My great big 11.5-pound baby. Kitten. My kitten. Yes, my kitten. How's a baby? How's that baby? And where's your sister? Huh? Where's Dolly? Where's Dolly, Ollie? Do you know? He's just gonna groom. Groom and curl up in the lap. This makes what? A lot. Okay. It makes a lot. So a shared belt of stone and steel is what you're telling me that I need here. As well as a chest to throw it in. And an iron. An iron and steel belt. As well as a thingy. A thingy! Yes, a shared belt with the 2 thingies of stone. So, an iron and steel. Shared belt. Whoops, that is off. Yep, iron, steel, stone. Yeah, we'll do it that way. There you go. We'll be doing shenanigans, don't worry. Shenanigans shall ensue! As we make our rail. The stone bricks are for the furnaces. The stone bricks are for the steel furnaces that I'm building here. That's why I have the steel. That's why I'm bringing them down, is so I can do the thing with the steel furnaces. I need furnaces too. I need loads of stuff. We're automating. Oh, that one. Whoops. Okay. Oh yeah. Those 2. Deep water wells. I just need to bring down the circuit for the offshore pump. Oh god, pipe and pipe to ground. Oh my gosh, the arrangement. How? Wow. Pipe. Pump? Not pump. Other pump. Other pump. Offshore pump. Deep water well. Oh god, it sticks and pipe to ground. Lag? You have lag? Hope it's not my lag. Yeah, sticks and stones. Sticks. Here. No, sticks here, and this will be the pipe to ground, and this will be pipe. The latency. Yeah. I don't have ultra low latency. Ollie, you're grooming, and you're missing, and you're licking my belly. You're licking my shirt when you miss. I have not had any snow whatsoever of anything that's happened over the past week. Ish. Like, we got a little bit of snow briefly once a little while back. But that was it. You don't need the other things. Okay. You need gears. You need gears. Okay. Same shenanigans. Gears. Yeah, I live in a very, very protected spot. Like this, we've got a lot of rain. And today is actually going to be the warmest day we've had in a long time. I say the warmest, it's like 60 Fahrenheit, which, closing in on room temperature at that temp. Just, you know, just a bit high for this time of year. Usually it's in the 40s, not 60. Like mid 40s is what is the normal for this time, but yeah, 60. It's a bit much. A bit muchness there. And I'll need to bring in the line of the circuits. Hey, circuits. Oh boy. The greenest of circuits. Of course it's off. Of course it's off. Always off by one. There we go. How many rails do we have? A few now. I might want a bigger chest. I have steel now. We can do steel chests now. Glorious steel chests. So that is what I need, yeah? And that's the bricks and the stone and the sticks and the pumps and the gears for the thing and that and that, and there we go. It's very, 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 very throughput limited to the long-headed inserter, but yeah, we'll work with it. These stack at 5, so I'll get a few in here. Yeah. All of that for deep water wells. This is why I haven't done them yet. This is why I don't like doing these with belt, right? I really don't like doing this with belt. Continuing the shenanigans. Now well, before I can even do the locomotives, I'm going to need to do engine units. So those are going to be a little bit further down. Anything that needs the engine units just a little bit further down. But we need all the signals, the train stops, the supplier stops, and requester stops. In fact, I may as well do this little arrangement here. Oh, you need sticks. Sticks. Go. Split. Things. Sticks. Sticks. Plates. Steel. Circuits. 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 That'll work. It works! And I've got just enough space to do this little shenanigan here. Great. So there's that. Next is gonna be what? The signals of various types. I need the outputs as well. Let's, and I need all 3. Yeah, that's just circuit and plate. Next. What? What shall be next? The, oh, great. I need copper. I need copper. Hey, Ollie. It's getting a little warm. You're a little warm, Ollie. With your grooming on me. I'm gonna need wire. And combinators. Yeah, wire and combinators. And I need requester thingies, which means lamps, which is more copper cable. So I need a line of copper as well. No, that's not gonna work. So good thing I have reds. Oh. Yeah, that's a little more than a red. Oh, hey, modules. Oh yeah, research speed. Automobiles. So here's what we do. We do that. Because I don't need the copper previous. I'm gonna have to bring it in here anyway. On this line, because that's in the way. Copper! Yes, my pretty boy. Pretty Ollie. Shall I just get this going? I think I should just get it moving. Limits... I'll do a few limits. Don't really want to limit the signals as much, but I'll limit them as well. Okay, so now we also have a copper line. Great. Now what? You know, it would be nice to have power poles. Just, gonna throw that out there. That's gonna be more sticks and the biggest power poles. I'm gonna give it its own sticks. Its own dedicated sticks. How are you going to get access to that long one? Like this. Like this. And we're gonna fill this whole chest. Oh, ow, ow, ow! Ollie. He leaves, and he grips with his claws, and he needs trimming. He needs those back claws in particular trimmed. Is that everything? Nope, need that too. And there you go. That was my leg, sadly. That was my left thigh that he just dug into. Nothing's gonna be quite as bad, I think, as one time when both the kittens were much smaller, and in my lap one time they began Y2 stick factories because throughput. Because I actually want poles. When they began fighting on my leg, and I was like, guys, stop. They're like starting to bite at each other. And my instinct was, get up, and they'll run off. No, that is not what happened. Dolly hung on. And I got a great big gash on my thigh from Dolly trying to hang on when I got up when the kittens were in my lap. Speaking of Dolly, here she is. Here's the little rascal that gave me a great big mark on my leg for months on end. A great big mark on my leg, deep red mark that it left behind. Yes, that's my baby. It was you. That was you. Yes, that was you. Trying to get away. Yes, that was you, my baby. My baby, when my baby was much smaller. She's trying to get away from me. She also needs her nails trimmed. Yes. Hello, my dolly. Alright. This will limit to that much. I want as many of these as I can get, and I'll hold on to some of that to bring this down. Oh, we are not done yet. This is a nice little mall that we have going on here. What is next? Oh boy. Well, I've got my copper, so I can start doing the copper cable now for the various things. Yeah, let's do the wires out of that, and then we'll do the lamps. So that's going to need to be a cable into a lamp into a requester lamp. We can't remove their we can't remove their claws. We can trim them. Absolutely, we can trim them. We just don't have the tool to trim them right now. And it's a little expensive to have someone else do it. That's the same recipe, so let's go ahead and get that set between the arithmetic and the decider combinator, and I think that's going to be good outside of you and your gear wheel need. Oh, and then of course the, oh god, the loaders and unloaders. Oh god, the loaders and unloaders. Okay, that's gonna be a mission. Huh? 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 I'm gonna mix the two. I don't need that many combinators. And I need more of one than I do the other. I need more deciders, actually, than arithmetics. I don't really need these all that much. The bulk rail loaders and unloaders. Ooh, do I want to share this? Not particularly, no. Bulk loader. Rail. Bulk unloader. Gear. I don't need constant combinators. Why would I want why would I ever want constant combinators? I never use constant combinators. I never... I'm not going to belt the rails because I don't want to siphon the rails that I'm using. The rails that I want to use. This will be another thing that's making rails for these. Dedicated for these. Whoops. Last thing I want is to not have enough rails for what I'm trying to do. Because I've all been consumed making the loaders and unloaders. Oh boy, now all of the logistics. Great. Let's, do I want to siphon lamps? Not really. I don't use lamps. Oh, that's just enough. Cool, more. Yeah, figured these needed that. You need these. Both of you need them. Hello again, Ollie. Welcome back. Welcome back, Ollie. Yeah, that's the baby. Sniff. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're making noises. You want to talk? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Just breathing. Breathe. Heavy breath. Heavy breath, Ollie. That's my keyboard. That's the that's the webcam, Ollie. Hi. That's the webcam. Okay, da-da. No, wrong. Why was that there? Oh. I see. Duh. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Iron. That's all I need for you. You are... that stuff. You're iron steel. Iron and rail. Oh, right. Sticks. Another instance of needing that red doohickey. Sticks. There you go. There you go. Steel, sticks, stone. Iron, gears, circuits, thingies. That should be that. Wow, I sure missed on my placement on those. Now didn't I? What fantastic placement I had. Okay, all of that needs to happen. This is going to be limited by a lot. As are you. As are you two. You a few more at a time. Same with these. These stack to 10. And that is going to be that for all of these. Ha freaking za. And that is everything but the locomotives themselves automated. So, what about the locomotives themselves? Those need engine units. Engine units are pipes and iron gear wheels. That's two things making pipes and one thing making gear wheels on a line of 20. for 2 per second. And a gear. And then, yeah. So a line of steel, as a line of steel, and, well, I guess that can actually be the thingies. Iron in on this side, belt line of the thingies out. There. Oh, steel. That's not the steel line. That's not the steel line. Hey. That's not the steel line. That's the iron. This here. This is the steel line. Why, hello, Cliff Explosives. And inserter stack size increases, and a whole bunch of techs I don't really need at this point. Because we're almost out. Whoops. Ah, Dyson Sphere program. Ruining my muscle memory. Dyson Sphere program, where shift-click gives you the building with the recipe already assigned to plop down. That is 20. I think it's 20 that this services. Ooh, I'm almost out of yellow belt right now. Okay. Long-handed inserter in the middle of each of these. Note that these are very, very slow recipes. Powering this is going to be fun. Do. You may have noticed that I am a little lacking on the steel. So we're gonna need to get more of the steel in particular. Alright, there's engine units. Ta-da! Just a couple engine units. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna bring that down and immediately use them for my locomotives. Steel plus circuits, huh? Steel plus circuits. I am not gonna do any more sciences on the main bus. This is actually gonna be like this purpose of making all of these things is going to be it for my main bus. Once I've made the things that I feel like making on the main bus, I am completely forgetting that I do also need to make oil refineries and chemical plants and pump jacks as well. I won't do these here. This is specifically because I need engine units in particular to make my locomotives. That'll slowly churn out the locomotives. Ah, great. So this is going to extend even further. We're gonna start doing stuff on rails after I take my break. So, let's see here. That needs gears and pipe, and that makes it relatively easy. Okay. One side is gears. The middle is the refinery. The other side is, of course, pipe. And then for the thingy here, oh hey, pipe and gears. Well, wouldn't you know it? Oh hey, wouldn't you know it? Gears and, oh, pipe? Huh. And stone brick down as well, because this guy needs the bricks. There we go, I suppose. Keep about that many of all of them. I actually want a few more of those and those. Let's power everything here. And that should be that. Now, it is about 3 minutes before I usually take my break, but I do need to take my no bricks for pump jacks. No, pump jacks do not use the stone brick. It is just the refinery that uses the bricks there. I'm going to take my break now, right now. A little bit of an extended one. I shall be back shortly where we can begin planning out the actual build here for the rails. I wanna start planning out what the rails are gonna be like. I shall be back shortly. And I have returned. Welcome back. After all of that. Okay. Let's, let us continue. Where we left off. So, I have automated everything I need as far as I am currently aware. Unless I want even more. I, can't make, the solar, the accumulators yet, so there's no point in making solar. I don't have plastic for the advanced circuits for the modules, so there's no point in that, any of that. I could automate labs, but nah. But no. No, I shall not automate labs. Or do any of that nonsense. And I have other stuff automated elsewhere. I should automate the assembling machine twos. That's what I should do. Good old assembling machine twos. So I'm gonna do... Sadly, I'm gonna have to, like, redo assembling machine ones here with, gears. Assembling machine 1, assembling machine 2, and more gears. Oh, belt! It would appear as if I need a bit more belt to do that. To do that little thing. Oh, you know another feature of Dyson Sphere program that I would like? To just pick up any item in my inventory and hit the delete key to remove it from the face of existence. That's it. That's all we can do right now for tech. Oh, hey, I have red belt now. I have red belt now. A little bit of it. I can scale a little bit harder. Yeah, voiding. That's a really nice feature in Dyson Sphere program where you can just go, yeah, I don't want this anymore, and just destroy it from your inventory. Yeah, you need steel. You don't. You do need iron, though. I think that's that. Ta-da! Oh, goodness, that's a lot of stuff. Hey, we're making them. Good. You are not because I forgot steel. You are not because I forgot steel. You are. And you are flowing. Good! I like to see flowing. Flowing freely. That would help. That would help a little. And, more steel would help even more. I forgot the thing to move the lamps across. So I can make these train requesters. That helps, too. I'll take a stack of each of the wires for now. I'll take more power poles for now. I'll take my water wells. I'll take my steel furnaces. And we can, of course, now be off. I wanted to end this bus here. But the thought has just occurred to me that building rails by hand is tedious. I have mining drills automated already. Mining drills and such, the initial most important things in the universe, those are all over here with inserters and stuff. Building rails by hand is just a little tedious. I've never used Farl. Nor do I think I want to. Wait, what? How did that get rotated? I don't know. So, I think what I want is to use the main bus to get into chemical science so that I can get construction robots. So that I can have modular armor with construction robots. And or power armor 1. But that's going to be military science as well, so it's like, where do we stop? So construction robotics. That needs flying robot frames, which is batteries and electric engine units, which is lubricant, which is advanced oil processing. So I went and I set all this stuff up, and here I am now saying, well, crap, it would be nice if I had, robots to build the rails for me. Because building blueprints in general is really tedious without having robots. And what would I even, like, go to first for rails? Well, step 1 with rails, generally speaking, should be your fuel supply. Should be the fuel supply, because that's what's going to make your trains go consistently. Fuel supply, though, would actually be one of these crude oil patches, making solid fuel out of petroleum, because that gives you a 120% vehicle acceleration and 105% vehicle top speed with a 12 megajoule fuel value. That's what I would actually want to have for my trains initially. You take that, Shift C, get rid of all of that. Thanks, and get rid of those. And those. I don't need those anymore. Those are evil. Evil incarnate. Get rid of some of that stuff. Just clean up. Little bit of cleanup of the inventory. Okay, before we get into anything, I need to allow my stuff to accrue in my chests here for a little bit. So in the meanwhile, time to upgrade my furnaces and my mining and all of that good stuff, and I have to pay very close attention to the total power that I'm using, which the total power that I'm using is a little misleading because we're not actively getting any technology right now, because I have all of the techs that I can currently get. If I wanted to get military science, I would need to add coal onto my bus, and that would be it. But getting into blue science, now that's going to need getting into some crude oil and processing the crude oil. Alright, it's time. I need to do this complete transition now. There we go. The complete transition. It's happening. I just need to upgrade all of this. And, well, not even all of it, but half of it, really, the first half. But while I'm here, I'll do the whole thing. And while I have the belt, we're doing that. I don't even need to upgrade this either. Oh. Power. Ugh. Well, since I already built that way, may as well continue to do so. And that doubled my steel output. All by itself. That has doubled the steel. Right there. At least it should have. It shouldn't be. Neither of these should be stopping. It should just go. Go at the full rate. That is what I want to see. Now, yes, I could have used a yellow belt, just doubled up yellow, to go into the fast splitter down here, and it would have been effectively the same. But, hey, we'll leave it at that. Just at this. Our whole 96 frickin' furnaces. So that's the steel problem mostly sorted, I suppose. I need more. Let's have more. M-O-A-R, more. More! So remember how I was talking about this earlier? And how this is gonna pretty much exist as this. Yeah, it's time. It is time. This is gonna use a lot of belts, so we're gonna do this one at a time. As I run down this line. And place all of these splitters. Okay. That's one. Let's actually grab more. All of what I got. Should we refer to Dyson Sphere about upgrades? Well, in Dyson Sphere, even though you can set stuff to upgrade, it's not a direct equivalent. It's not a direct equivalent because the direct equivalent is using the upgrade planner and selecting. I mean, the DSP equivalent is dragging the upgrade planner over the belt and then having your bots do the upgrade for you. This direct upgrading segment by hand is not something you can do in Dyson Sphere program. I don't think I need to go to blues even with the steel furnaces, but I'm going to do it anyway. Although I do like that you begin the game with construction robots in Dyson Sphere Program. That I do enjoy. It's like, oh hey, we're just gonna give you robots to build stuff for you. And that's how you build. That's just the way in which you build. Is making use of those robots. Okay, now we need more iron in. And we need to upgrade that splitter. Cool, I'm gonna get rid of both of these. Because I need to transition now to this type of an array. Yup. Yup. How many am I holding? A few. Enough! The only thing about this is that the belt is yellow. The belt can be yellow. I am carrying around yellow. Enough yellow. Okay. Place all of these. Remember that you can just click and drag on the blueprint building for power poles, and it'll place over the existent stuffs. Here we go. It upgraded it automatically. Okay. I like that. I like that. It just upgraded it from yellow to red. As I dragged over with a red belt. That's pretty cool. I like a lot. I like that. I wouldn't have thought that that would be the behavior, but that's the behavior. Yeah, wow. That's nice that you can just go, yoink, it's red now. Yoink, it's red now. I've never seen that before either. I know about the automatic placement of underground belt over obstacles. The game does automatically do that now by default. That's normal behavior, but as you can see, it's not exactly ideal placement of the undergrounds, but still, it's intelligent enough to understand that it needs to go and place the undergrounds. So because splitters have that input, it does not do that if you're doing it on the input to the splitter, but you can go that way. Because it assumes that you want to put into the other side of the splitter. Alright, so then I can just go take a nice long walk down this line to get all of this upgraded. So, I now have 60 iron per second capacity in here. It's pretty nice. At least I think I've done all my upgrading. Oh, right. I need to actually upgrade the furnaces. Hey, that's important. But yeah, this is one of the newest features of the game, with the belt being smart enough to do undergrounds. It does not do it with modded belt, though. Like, types of belt that have been added into the game. It'll work with the yellow, red, and blue belt, slash whatever color they end up being, as long as they're named the same entity name as in the normal game. But it will not have that behavior on, say, the Ultimate Belts mod. Belts that it adds that are even faster belts. It won't do it. So there's something about the behavior that is assigned to very specific belts. Alright, time for a general restock. Ah, I guess I can replace my assembling machine 1s with assembling machine 2s now as well. Going all the way down the line. All the way down, wow. Why hello there. Yeah, I would think that mods should be able to be like, hey, I want that feature too. Oh, it upgrades in reverse. Yay. It upgrades in reverse. It does not upgrade the splitters. This is just underground behavior. If you want to upgrade the splitters, you have to do that yourself manually. But hey, it upgraded the... It upgrades the belt even when building backwards. Yay. That's just to get more iron down that line. Ooh, my chair. My chair. The thingy slipped out. The backing. Well. Decisions. Oil. And oil products. Let's just continue the line. Let's just continue the line. We'll hold off on the actual building of the rail system. As much as I want to get to the building of the rail system today, I have spent the day automating the production of all of the individual components that I need to set up the trains, to actually start building out the rail system. But our option right now is only get chemical science packs. Like, that's all I really need to do right now. And it's like, do I manually do it? Or do I manually set up trains before getting chemical science? Or do I just set up chemical science on the main bus as it is and use like local sources, not using trains and all that? Or do I use trains to do oil? Aha. Aha. We should do trains to do oil. Iron's needed for part of this. Coal is needed for part of this. Yeah, there's lots of oil. Ah. Teeth. Stuff. Why bother with trains for oil now? Because I wanted to do trains today. Like, actually set up trains. And it gives me the opportunity just to set up the fuel oil for the trains. You may notice I have this crooked tooth right here. My front tooth is crooked. It's diagonal. It's like on a 45-degree diagonal. Grew in that way. And it forms this stupid little gap right at the base of the front teeth that stuff loves getting stuck in. No, it wasn't painful, it just grew in sideways. Angled. And, yeah, when I was growing up and the tooth was starting to come in, the baby tooth never fell out. The baby tooth just migrated up. Up on the gum. And it ended up being there, and I ended up having a tooth here, baby tooth here, as the adult tooth grew in sideways. Had to have a dentist eventually remove the baby tooth. At the same time, I was also getting a whole bunch of fillings in all of my teeth and all of that. I don't even have one of my molars anymore. And I eventually had to have all of the wisdom teeth taken out at the same time as the molar. My teeth are great. I got my dad's teeth. That's not very nice. I got my dad's teeth and I got my mother's eyes. Worst of both worlds. That's always how it is, isn't it? Always how it is. At least I didn't get the curly hair. At least I got the straight hair. I would not want to have to deal with having curly hair. That's expensive and tedious. Okay. Oil! Oil makes a massive mess of things. I'm gonna tap the stuff up there. Yeah, the molar that I had removed, this bottom one, right in here. Not the further back one, but the one more forward. So I actually have a gap between the molar before the wisdom tooth and the other premolars. That one I will always remember because I remember the specific day a bit when I lost a big chunk out of that tooth. It just, I was eating and then all of a sudden a bunch of stuff came out. So I lost the first molar. Second one is there, then the wisdom molars. They're gone. They don't exist anymore. And yeah, and just this big chunk in the middle just came right out, popped right off. It's like, great. Fantastic. And of course I was a little kid. I was living in Maine. We were living in Maine. It was during a period of time before we moved to Virginia, as we were in that process. We had been, so our landlord of the place we were living in died, and his son decided that he wanted to start selling the houses that were there, which are actually just converted trailers, just stuck on foundation. And so he evicted everyone because he wanted to sell the houses. And we were living at an inn in Portland, Maine. The Inn at St. John for a while. And during that time, we decided we don't want to stay in Maine anymore. And my mother was job hunting and eventually got the job here at Old Dominion University. Especially, that was the second or third time getting evicted for that. I think it was technically the third time my parents were evicted for that exact reason, where the owner wanted to sell the house. Or something along those lines at that point. And then we moved here to Virginia. But the point was the tooth. We were living at that inn at the time that I lost that chunk of tooth. And we were here in Virginia by the time that I actually got fillings in my teeth. Because, yeah, it was a little raw in there. When you get a great big chunk of your tooth that's come out from rot, it exposes nerves. And it hurts a little. It hurts just a little when that happens. I need piped ground, which is over here. Oh, and then when we moved down to Virginia, after all that, we lived at another inn here, the Old Dominion Inn, which has since been claimed by the university and is being used as student housing, but we lived there right close to where my mother was working. She could just walk to work if she really wanted to. And we found a house for rent right nearby, like not just a few blocks away, down the main road. We lived in that house. That was 1999. We moved out like the next year, or 2001, something like that, because we were evicted because the owner wanted to sell the house. Yeah, we didn't live in that house for too long. It was a really nice house. I like that house. That house was great. That house was great. 3 bedrooms with a fireplace in the living room. Fairly big long hallway to the other, all the bedrooms. It was a nice house. And we were evicted because the owner wanted to sell it. And they renovated and sold it after we left. And that house is still there. We pass it by relatively often. Look over to the house we used to live in. So we had to move again. And this whole time I'm a kid in school. So the year that in Maine that we were evicted and had to go to an inn, yeah, I had to go from one school to another school, 2nd grade for that grade. And then when we also moved down to Virginia from that school to another school, also in 2nd grade. And then when we had to move again, fortunately, I had finished 3rd grade, and it was in the summer time, so I had to transfer schools again to do 4th grade and 5th grade. And fortunately, we lived in that house. That was the previous house to the one we're living in now. We lived there for a very long time. We made sure when applying for the house that we met with the landlord and made clear that the landlord's intention was he wanted someone who was going to live in the house for a very long time. He wanted a family to live in the house for an extended period of time because he was tired of military folks moving in and moving out on a frequent basis. I don't know if you know this, I live in Norfolk, Virginia. Very big military presence. Huge military presence. Navy and Air Force, mostly. Because it's the headquarters of the largest naval base shipyard in the world. Naval base and shipyard in the world. So, there's a few service members here. And he was tired of them coming in and leaving and having to cycle through the house all the time. He owns multiple properties. So we took it. We lived there. It was less than 1,000 square foot house. It was like 900 something. It's tiny. For 3 bedrooms, tiny. Definitely a downgrade over the house that we were previously in. Major downgrade over the house that we were previously in. But we lived there for over a decade. Really long time. Through the remainder of my schooling, we lived in that house. The problem there was the landlord never really maintained the house. Made a whole bunch of excuses about maintaining the house, saying that he would usually do a lot of the major fixes between tenants. But it's like, but the roof is leaking. But you've had to already replace the front door because the roof was leaking. And the pipes are knocking. And the house runs on fuses. And they're bursting fairly often. And the paint is falling off the ceiling. And the heating, the furnace is not the wiring of the furnace is a little iffy, so it won't turn on all the time, even after replacing the furnace with a new furnace. And the house didn't have built-in air conditioning either. No central air. It's just a furnace in the floor in the middle of the hallway with this like metal grate that you had to walk over. This is not the current situation. Oh no. This is not the current situation. A few years ago, it was 2016. And I was in Kansas at the time, getting my master's degree. You can sort of like get the idea of why I wanted to live on campus in my undergrad degree, even though I attended a university that was literally a 20-minute drive from my house. Well, A, I don't drive, but B, anything was better than being in the house that we were living in. And I wanted to get away and stay away. And there's a lot of other things going on at the time. Because that was my father's end-of-life period as well. I had to leave. I had to be gone for a while. So in 2016, my mother also was finally done with that house. And we looked for houses to buy. Houses to buy. And so we are now in a house that my mother does own with a first-time home buyer mortgage through the state. Which does come with a term as part of the mortgage that we cannot lease the house for rent. We cannot rent out this house. As a term of this mortgage. This house is significantly larger than the previous house. It is around 1,600, a little over 1,600 square feet. 3 tiers to it. Not like 3 stories, but it's 2-story house, but like 3 levels to it. Where I'm in is the bottom level. Our current main living space and the kitchen is on the middle level, and then there's more stores up to the top that has the my bedroom and the main bedroom and a couple of bathrooms. This house was just under 200 grand for this house. It was like 199,900. That ultimately was the price that we got the house for. Like basically asking price for the house. Because there was a bit of interest in it. That being said, if you have been watching my content for a while, I have brought up many problems with this house. There are some problems with this house. Just a few. A few. It would have not been my choice had I been the one actually making the pick of the house, because even though I was helping my mother with looking online at various houses to fit the budget of the mortgage and all of that she could get, and like the features that she wanted in the house, this house never came up in my searching. I didn't tell her about this one at all. I didn't know this one existed for sale. But she worked with a buyer's agent and found this one from a buyer's agent. 5, I think, is fine for now. And, yeah. Yeah, I really wish I would have physically been here during that process. Because, the moment I walked into this house, there were some things I noticed. Specifically with the electrical system. That was like, huh. I don't think this is a great idea. Not this one. Not this one. Yeah, but it is a generally nice house. The problem is that the wiring is ancient, and it didn't have that many outlets that were grounded outlets. It didn't have the prong for the ground on it. US outlets are definitely a lot different than the ones in Europe, but the basic principle is still the same. It's got the 2 prongs, one for live, one for neutral, and then a ground. Generally, on the things that need more power, over a certain amount of power, they need to have a ground wire on it, or a ground peg on it. But a lot of things don't, if they don't draw that much. Not a lot of the outlets here had that extra prong on them, so you couldn't even plug in some stuff. That was like alarm bell number 1 for me. But there were enough of them around the house that I was like, okay, this may be okay. So one of my initial projects for when we moved into this house was, well, I want to update the outlets because the outlets were fairly old. I wanted to update them, get them to be the 3-pronged outlets if I could, because there were existing 3-pronged outlets. I made the erroneous assumption that surely there's a ground wire in the wiring for these outlets that are grounded outlets, right? Wrong. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. As it turns out, this house has outlets, or had outlets, that weren't grounded, but were 3-pronged outlets that would take plugs with a ground. There's no ground wire in the wiring. The wiring's also super thick, 10 gauge. It's obscene. It's wiring that can hold a frickin' like at least 20 amp breaker on it. It's like, huh. At least it's good wiring that's in there. Super thick, good wiring, but there's no ground wire on most of it. I mean, there's the ground, there's as built as into the little bundles of wires, there's the black wire, the white wire, the live and the neutral, and usually a bare copper ground wire. Unfortunately, the only stuff that was actually grounded was the kitchen and the bathrooms. And a few other select locations where I think the wiring had over time been updated. I think this room I'm in, this converted garage, this one has ground wires actually part of the system and was done correctly. But what I had to do was get these GFCI outlets and find the beginning of each circuit to replace the outlet at the beginning of each circuit with a GFCI outlet, and then on all of the other outlets put in the updated outlets with the 3 prongs on them and put a sticker on them saying that they're GFCI protected. So that when there's a surge, the GFCI trips and it cuts the thing. Cuts the power to the block when that happens. So I have oil now. I have this stuff. Petroleum. So that was major project the first around here. Not to mention that there's quite a number of other things. There's quite a number. Oh, I also electrocuted myself in this process. That was fun. Electrocuted-ish. I discovered that in my mother's bedroom there was an outlet that lived all on its own circuit. Just one random outlet in my mother's bedroom was somehow deserving of its own circuit. Completely. I did not realize this. As I was upgrading all of the outlets, and I unscrewed that outlet, and I pulled the outlet out and was going to unhook the wires on it when I touched both of the screws on the sides at the same time. And I felt a tingle going through my middle finger through my thumb where I was touching the screws, the pegs that have the wires attached to them. I was really lucky that I was touching both of those pegs so that the current was traveling only through my hand, in one finger, out the other. Okay? Because the last thing we needed was for it to go all the way up to the heart. But I mean, if you've ever licked a 9-volt battery, that's the exact buzz that you feel. Yes, it was in that moment I was like, this is live. I should let go of this now. It took a few seconds to realize just what was going on. And I was like, huh, so that's how that feels like. So that's what that feels like. Huh. Interesting. Let's not do that again. I don't even know what sort of scale I want here. I'm just doing things at this point. I am simply doing things. This is the first time I'm going to use one of these. When I realized what had happened, I almost... I was almost so nervous that I was having heart palpitations when the electricity never even came close to my heart. My heart was fluttering because I was so nervous about what had just happened. I was like, oh, that was so close to disaster. If I hadn't grabbed both pegs, who knows what would have happened. But now we know that there's a special circuit that services one entire outlet in that bedroom. And I did loads of other edits on the circuitry in this house. Well, not really the full circuitry, but I did a few things like for our main entertainment setup in the living room. I took an outlet that was there, and I had to cut the box out because I wanted to make it a double outlet, double-sized outlet. Now, I would not have died because it's only freaking 120 volts, but and yeah, with nothing attached at the time to that outlet, not drawing any current. So it's like, huh. Wouldn't have been a problem to begin with, from what I could tell. Why am I even... No. No. No, 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 none of that. None of that. None of that. Ta-da! I should have just kept this all together, but oops. So I wanted to put a double outlet in where we would have our like TV setup and all of the other junk that needs to get plugged in. Just have a few extra plugs in that spot. And yeah, as it turns out, the boxes, the electrical outlet boxes in this house by default in that location, metal. Metal boxes. of course, nailed into the wall stud. And the box that was there is a box for one outlet, a single gang outlet. So I was like, the hell am I going to do about that? When my mother bought this house, I told her to buy a few things. And she bought a few things. Tools. Tools that I had a feeling I would need. Of these tools, included a reciprocating saw. A battery-powered one. But still a power tool. And among the attachments for said reciprocating saw were blade attachments built to cut through metal. So I got to use my reciprocating saw to cut out a outlet box made of metal from the wall to replace it with a 2-gang plastic outlet box. That's a fun experience. Very, very fun experience. Yes, it's handy having a reciprocating saw for these moments. I also told her to get me a Dremel, so I got a Dremel, and the drill and all that. Drill, Dremel, reciprocating saw, of like the most dangerous things that I got. And yeah, it helped. Oh, and then of course I also up above that new double outlet, up the wall, another big hole for another like 2 or 3 gang box, recessed box, so that we could plug our brand new TV into the thing. For the wall-mounted TV setup. I had grand plans for the TV setup. Oh, I had grand plans for the TV setup. Unfortunately, not all of those plans were executed, sadly. Unfortunately. As to why... Huh? How did you get water? What? Oh. Flush. Thanks. So so I was toying with the idea of doing, audio wiring in that area. And I actually have. I still have. Essentially everything I would need for doing that, actually. I'm just trying to think about the logistics here, what I want to do. That was off by a peg. Yeah, there we go. So I had also made this hole that would be for all of the like audio wiring to go into a AV receiver. We got this Sony 4K receiver system, great big box that can do a full surround sound setup potentially. And I bought and paid for a subwoofer, a good subwoofer. We have these ancient, tall stereo speakers, Sony stereo speakers, already. So they work great. Yeah, a lot of stuff there. I need to bring in my coal. I'm actually gonna grab that from down here, I think, from this little array. Just split it off and go up with it. So we already have those 2 tower speakers. I decided I would get a subwoofer, and then maybe in the future we would get additional speakers for side and back surround. Right? And so I was planning for that potentiality. Got a whole bunch of speaker wire that would have tried to at least help clean up a lot of the wiring. Because I wanted to make something that looked nice, that hid a lot of the wires of the whole system in the wall. But didn't work out so well. Didn't work out so well because would have had to... I didn't have a thing that I needed, a tool that I really needed. A powerful enough tool that I really needed at the time. To run the audio wire from the little spot in the wall that I wanted it to connect to down. To run it down, because that part of the house is elevated, and there is a crawlway under the house. But the problem is that being an exterior wall, or the wall to the outside, at the very bottom of the floor, is concrete. This fire protection thing of concrete there that you would have to drill through to run any wire, and it's like, oh god, no. And I'm not gonna like put holes in the wall that you have to refill with drywall to do the wires going across. Like, nah. Not as simple as I would like on that front. But I have all of the, like, other stuff I need for it. I have all the cable and all of the, like, jacks to put on the wall and the faceplates and all that. I've got all of that to be able to do it. It's just being able to actually do it. Oh, I also like made a Ethernet cord that goes from down below up the wall to service the back of the TV. There was so many plans that I made and things that I did. It was a bit much on that entertainment setup at the time. And yet, where do I spend my time? Not there. Not watching that TV. Not on that 4K TV, the only 4K TV that we have in this house. 60-inch, I think. Relatively large. On the larger side. But my gosh, the work involved. Because I mounted that TV on the wall. I wired up that TV on the wall. I wired up the receiver to all of the video inputs. The Blu-ray player and the satellite box and all of that. I did that. I hooked up the Fire TV onto that. And I'm not even the one who uses it these days. Well, we've got stuff. It would appear we have things. Did I leave an yes, I did. Okay, good. Good. That's a bar. That's the first. There you go. Ta-da! Phew. The irony that I belted in coal to make plastic on a coal patch. Oh, the irony. And that was just the plans for that room. Oh boy. I have made lots of plans of things to do with this house. Oh. Something more egregious with our electrical system in this house. On that topic of the electric system. As it turns out, one would think that a washing machine would deserve its own circuit breaker on its own circuit, right? That a washing machine should be all on its own, all on its lonesome. It's not. Not in this house. There is an entire wall of outlets. There is an entire wall of outlets connected to the exact same circuit as the washing machine in this house. So, if you're not paying attention to when the washing machine is going, and you try to vacuum the carpet, you may flip the breaker, turning off the power to the washing machine in the middle of its cycle, and have to begin the cycle all over again. Yep. I have mentioned this house would have not been my first choice already. This house would not have been my first choice, because the first thing I would look at is the outlets. Always check your outlets. Looking for a place to live. Always make sure the outlets are good. Never deal with old outlets. Old outdated stuffs for outlets. It is abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. This house also has a kitchen skylight that was apparently installed incorrectly. And we can already we're starting to see, after living here for 4 years, that, yeah, it was installed incorrectly. There's a bit of, paint falling off of the ceiling in the kitchen near the, skylight. So that's gonna be fun to take care of at some point. Fully take care of at some point. It's great, and the driveway, it's supposed to be a gravel driveway. The seller of the house, when we bought it, was supposed to have put in a gravel driveway. They technically put in a gravel driveway. Our driveway is grass now. All of the gravel went away just immediately. And that when whoever actually did the installation of the gravel driveway. No, they didn't bother like putting it over top of like tarp or something to prevent grass from growing. You know, what like the things you would logically think about doing when installing a driveway if it's made out of gravel. You know, have some way to prevent soil formation to keep the grass from growing. Some way to prevent there being growth of plants in the middle of the driveway. Yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So, what are we doing? Red circuits? I think red circuits. Do. What was that ratio again? 1 to 6 on the thingies? Let's see. 4 every 6 seconds? 4 every second, so yes. 1 to 6. There. Beta. Plastic and circuits. And the output. There we go. Really? I hate being off. I hate being off kilter. There we go. Power all the things, please. Ta-da! Yay. We have red circuits. So what was this? Sulfur. Red circuits. Engine units. Engine units are here. Split up. Up more, over. Oh god. No. Fine. Go up, go over, go down, there. Up, that way. There you go. There you go, that's better. Why they needed a sound effect for dropping stuff on the thing, I don't know. Time for sulfur. 12. I don't know about that one. Not yet, anyway. Up. You. There. How? I mean, this is why I have stone water wells, to have that bit of complexity to deal with. Sure, why not do that? Of course, step 1 is to get into advanced oil processing and all of that good stuff as I work my way towards robotics. I'm thinking about future inserters on here. There we go. Tech! Advanced oil processing, lubricant, electric engines, robotics, construction robotics. Oh, you need processing units. Alright. Fine. Worker robot speed, sure. That is all of the wonderful things that I absolutely desire right now, as quickly as possible. Alright. Cracking and all of that. I of course didn't leave enough space for all of the cracking setups. Oh boy, I need more underground, more pipe to ground. More glorious pipe to ground. Where are you? Over here. We need to prepare for the advanced cracking, or the advanced oil processing. You there. Meaning I need all of these pipes for water. Whoops. There, there, there. Whoops. Huh. All the mistakes in placement. This is why I want my automation, why I want my robots. So, ta-da! Enjoy your water. Oh boy, that needs to be moved. Looks like I will be busing and processing elsewhere my heavy and light oil. Though keep in mind that all I really need to do is get lubricant out of this. Like, that's all I really want. / need, because we need the lubricant for the electric engine units, and that will help with making my initial robots for the flying robot frames. Excellent! That being that, glorious thing, we can now transfer to the advanced recipe. But the thing about the advanced recipe is that I need to set up the overflow cracking first. And I never did do the storage tanks. I never automated those, sadly. I'll just make a few. I don't really need that many at the moment. I will need them, and I will need to automate them, but not now. You are going to be heavy oil. And I am going to have pumps for you. You are inputting there. The heavy oil main use is going to be as making lubricant. The extra heavy oil is going to be cracked. When the content is greater than or equal to 15K, enable this pump. Is that logic? I need chemical plants. You are making lube once we get the new tech going. This is going to be the heavy oil, the heaviest. Uh-oh. Okay. Phew. Let's see. One more full set? Interesting. There we go. Now, if I was trying to do things neatly and organized, I would do that and paste down the line so that I can keep things completely in sync. And that is exactly what I shall do. All I need to do is maintain an idea of where things should go. I don't need to keep on going, shall we say, with all of it. Or actually place them, as long as I know where they need to be as we go along. Of course, the petroleum is actively being used right now, so that is just fine. I can transition to the advanced cracking. There you go. We are now advanced with our cracking methods. Lube. All of it. Must have infinite lube. Infinity lube. Alright, once I place this, I'm going to copy for future reference most of the time. Okay, power to everything. Get that fully hooked up with my heavy oil. Like so. That's how that's going to be aligned. And that is lubricant. Huzzah! We have lube. Glorious, beautiful, wonderful lube shall flow. But we need to deal with our light oil, and we need to deal with the excess heavy oil and all of that stuffs. So, A, I need more chemical plants, and B, we need to do all of that stuff. We are working towards getting into construction robots so that with a modular armor, which I'm going to grab some red circuit if there's any I can actually grab. Looks like it. With some red circuit, I will be able to get a personal roboport. Oh yes, that should also be a tech that I can take here. Get a personal roboport. And we can go from there with our building of the rail system, because I am not going to be building blueprint rails without having robots. That is not on the agenda in the slightest. Nah. Nah. We're not gonna do that. However, it is time to end off the stream today, folks. What did we get done today? Oh gosh, we automated the hell out of a lot of stuff. We basically built our belt-based mall, making everything that we need to make to get into trains, as well as all of the oil stuff with that, and have upgraded to red belt, and have scaled up the iron, and have produced steel with steel furnaces now, and have started automating the stone to the bus and stone brick to the bus. So we got a lot done today. And of course, we did all this oil stuff. We got into chemical science out of all this. I got into chemical science talking about random stuff that happened years ago. 4 years ago. Okay? Just talking about the plans I had with the house that I live in right now. And just autopiloted the vast majority of the basic oil processing. That's how well I know the vanilla mechanics here and the vanilla recipes and all that good stuff. I just like autopiloted through most of it while talking about something completely unrelated. So we did that. We got the chemical science and are now doing advanced oil processing and have started making lubricant. We still need to crack excess heavy oil to light oil, figure out use of light oil, or crack all of it. I'm thinking here we're going to just crack all of it for the moment, do other oil stuff in a different factory that's going to be done on the rail network separately. This is just to get into the stuff I need to get into, robotics, construction robots in particular, so that I can ease the pressure of building the rail system by having the robots. With that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Shiba. If you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Now to this point, hit the notification bell, become an Erudite Otaku member of the channel to get your name on the train stations that I'm going to be setting up eventually next time we meet. And of course, you could always support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushiba if you are so inclined and able. I shall be back at the turn of this next hour for more Dyson Sphere program. I shall return tomorrow with more Autonauts in the morning and more Dyson Sphere program in the afternoon, and I shall return with more of this Factorio playthrough in 2 days on Thursday morning. I hope to see you all on the next one.